I want to start off by saying that Mr. Davis enjoys a presumption of innocence like any other person charged in this country with a crime. The arraignment was delayed because Mr. Davis said that he had retained a lawyer out of California, and we can't arraign a person until they have a lawyer. Well, there's been a lot of talk in the media for the last number of years, and of course recently in the last few weeks. It started with a number of admissions that Mr. Davis has made over the last few years. He participated in a documentary, he co-authored a book, he gave a number of YouTube interviews. So his admissions really piqued the investigation to look more closely into what was going on. It was brought to my attention. We then executed a search warrant at Mr. Davis's home where we seized certain items of physical evidence. And after all of those considerations, you know, we wanted to make sure we got it right, Anderson. This is an important case that's getting a lot of attention. So after we reviewed all of the evidence, we felt comfortable that we should bring this case to a grand jury, which obviously agreed when they returned an indictment. Yes, a number of physical items of evidence were seized at his house that will be used. We wanted to gather as much supporting evidence as we could. We didn't want to proceed just with his admissions. Certain witnesses came forward in the last couple of years, so we felt at this point, when we put it all together, that we had a strong enough case to charge Mr. Davis with murder with use of a deadly weapon with a gang enhancement. Yeah, that's true. I don't remember exactly who was sitting where, but Mr. Davis was in the car, as well as Mr. Anderson. Well, just because one of the accomplices 25 plus years ago says that he wasn't involved doesn't mean we stop investigating the case. We always continued to investigate the case, and like I said, over the last few years in particular, with Mr. Davis's admissions, other witnesses coming forward, the gathering of a lot of items of evidence brought us to a point where we felt comfortable charging him with the murder. It's going to be an interesting case as it develops. He supposedly hired a lawyer out of California, but then the lawyer says, I'm helping him get a lawyer in Nevada. We're not sure. But as the facts come out, there's more developments that I couldn't go into, but it's going to be a fascinating case, Anderson.